Hey Broncos fans, welcome to Broncos News Now, your channel for everything Denver Broncos. Before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any hot NFL news. The Raiders are reportedly in utter panic tonight, as whispers from sources close to the team suggest a sudden shift that could drastically change the dynamics of the upcoming matchup against the Broncos. According to insiders, there's been a last-minute update regarding the team's roster and game strategy that has left the Raiders scrambling for answers, and fans are understandably on edge. The story circulating is that key players might be unavailable, forcing the coaching staff to rethink formations and plays that have been drilled for weeks. This revelation has fueled speculation across social media, with supporters debating whether the Raiders can adapt quickly enough to face the Broncos, who appear calm and collected amidst the chaos. Analysts are already drawing comparisons to previous seasons where sudden injuries or strategic missteps derailed promising campaigns, and the tone of the rumor is enough to send shivers down the spine of anyone who has followed the Raiders' history closely. Every media outlet seems to be amplifying the panic, suggesting that the Broncos could exploit this vulnerability, making the game more than just a typical regular season clash. It's starting to feel like a test of nerves, preparation, and mental toughness for a team that prides itself on resilience. Fans of the Raiders are reportedly losing sleep as the situation unfolds, with speculation about internal conflicts and possible disagreements between the coaching staff and players. The rumor mill indicates that some players are questioning last-minute changes in the lineup, which could create tension in the locker room. And insiders hint that this unease is not entirely new, but seems to have intensified as game time approaches. Analysts have pointed out that when a team faces internal instability, it often shows on the field in subtle ways. Missed passes, delayed reactions, and miscommunication in crucial moments. Meanwhile, the Broncos are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, likely seeing an opportunity to adjust their own game plan in response to the Raiders' uncertainty. The buzz suggests that the Broncos coaches are strategically planning to exploit any weaknesses that emerge, possibly shifting their offensive and defensive schemes to maximize pressure. Commentators on sports networks are already speculating on hypothetical scenarios that could unfold, painting a vivid picture of the tension and uncertainty gripping the Raiders as they try to regain composure before stepping onto the field. The drama has become almost palpable as fans on forums, social media, and group chats dissect every minute detail of the latest update, debating whether this could be a turning point for the franchise or just another chapter in their storied, tumultuous history. Sources close to the Raiders indicate that the last-minute updates involve critical positional changes, which might disrupt established chemistry between players who have been practicing together for months. Rumors suggest that even star athletes are feeling the pressure, facing decisions about whether to step into unfamiliar roles or risk being unprepared. The cascading effect of these potential adjustments has led to speculation that the Broncos could seize control of the momentum before the first whistle is even blown, creating a narrative of psychological advantage. Observers note that teams under duress sometimes reveal vulnerabilities that are invisible during routine practice sessions, and the Raiders appear to be teetering on that edge. Inside reports hint that communication between coaching staff and players has been tense, as discussions about strategy adjustment have reportedly been heated and filled with urgency, further adding to the drama. The intrigue continues to mount because there is no official confirmation, leaving fans and pundits to rely on fragmented, often conflicting sources, which only amplifies the sense of uncertainty and anticipation around this high-profile matchup. The scenario paints a picture of a team caught between preparation and panic, while the opposing Broncos may benefit from observing every ripple of instability, waiting for the perfect moment to capitalize on it. Adding to the swirling rumors, sports commentators are noting that the Raiders' morale may be fragile, and psychological readiness is becoming a major talking point. The narrative emerging from insider leaks and social media speculation is that even veteran players, known for their composure under pressure, are reportedly unsettled by the sudden shifts. Analysts have pointed out that mental fortitude often decides close games, and the Raiders' internal tension could be a critical factor, especially against a disciplined Broncos squad. Fans are dissecting every tweet, interview snippet, and pre-game comment for clues, generating theories about potential lineup changes and tactical adjustments. Some insiders suggest that coaching decisions may be controversial, potentially drawing criticism if results do not go as hoped, while others hint that these moves might be a calculated risk designed to confuse the Broncos. The rumor has now evolved beyond the locker room, capturing the imagination of the wider football community, with debates raging about whether the Raiders can overcome adversity or if the Broncos are about to gain an unexpected edge. The story is no longer confined to sports pages. It is trending across multiple platforms, making it a narrative that extends beyond the game itself and into the broader cultural conversation surrounding professional football and team dynamics under pressure. Meanwhile, the Broncos are reportedly adopting a measured approach, seemingly unaffected by the chaos surrounding their rivals. Sources suggest that the coaching staff and players are observing the Raiders' turmoil with careful attention, potentially planning adjustments to exploit perceived vulnerabilities. The rumor mill is suggesting that the Broncos' preparation may be more precise than ever, focusing not only on their own strengths but on the psychological state of the opposing team. Analysts speculate that when a team senses panic in its competitor, it can influence decision-making, timing, and overall confidence on the field, and insiders claim the Broncos are aware of this advantage. There is chatter that key Broncos players are in peak condition and ready to take advantage of any hesitation or misstep by the Raiders, adding layers of tension to the pre-game narrative. Commentators are weaving a story where preparation, observation, and mental readiness might outweigh raw talent or historical performance, framing this matchup as a battle of wits as much as physical prowess. The mounting rumors are painting a vivid picture of a game that could be defined by strategy, adaptability, and the mental game, rather than the usual metrics of stats and play history. The broader fan community is buzzing with theories about what this update truly means, as speculation stretches beyond tactical adjustments to possible injuries, internal disputes, or even surprise strategic maneuvers. The narrative suggests that the Raiders' uncertainty is magnified by the media attention, creating a feedback loop of tension that might influence player performance. Sports forums are filled with hypothetical scenarios, each dissecting the potential impact of sudden changes on game dynamics. And insiders hint that these discussions might reach the players themselves, adding pressure. Meanwhile, the Broncos supporters are reportedly savoring the rumors, viewing the Raiders' panic as a potential advantage even before kickoff. Analysts emphasize that psychological edges are often underestimated in professional sports, and the current buzz could translate into tangible outcomes if the Raiders struggle to stabilize their focus. Every report, leak, or speculative tweet is being analyzed, creating a high-stakes atmosphere that blurs the line between rumor and reality. As the story develops, the anticipation is building to a fever pitch, suggesting that the next few hours could be critical in shaping not just the game itself, but the public perception and narrative of both franchises as they prepare to face off under unusually intense scrutiny. Whispers from inside the Raiders camp suggest that the panic is only escalating as the game draws nearer, with reports indicating that key tactical decisions are being revisited and previously solid plans are now under intense scrutiny. According to insiders, some players are feeling the weight of the uncertainty, questioning whether they can perform effectively under such sudden changes. The rumor mill is alive with speculation about how these disruptions might manifest on the field, from miscommunications in critical plays to slower reactions under pressure. Analysts argue that when a team is forced into rapid adaptations, even the smallest hesitation can snowball into significant consequences, giving opponents like the Broncos a potentially decisive edge. Social media is fueling the narrative further, as fans dissect every minor detail from practice reports, interviews, and even cryptic comments from team insiders, trying to piece together the actual situation. The emerging picture is one of a franchise in flux, grappling with internal pressures while facing an opponent that appears calm, organized, and ready to capitalize on any lapse. The suspense has taken on a life of its own, turning what was already a high-profile matchup into a psychological chess match where perception, Nerves and timing could be as important as talent and preparation. Rumors indicate that the Raiders' coaching staff is reportedly holding emergency meetings to address the last-minute updates, trying to stabilize a situation that seems increasingly volatile. Sources hint that discussions are not only focused on tactical adjustments, but also on morale, as players reportedly need reassurance amid swirling uncertainty. The atmosphere inside the team reportedly ranges from frustration to quiet panic, with veterans attempting to keep younger players focused while balancing the need to adapt rapidly. Analysts point out that teams under pressure sometimes show cracks in cohesion, and insiders speculate that even a minor misunderstanding during warm-ups or pre-game rituals could amplify the sense of instability. Meanwhile, the Broncos are reportedly observing from a position of strategic patience, carefully noting any signs of distraction or unease that could be exploited. Commentary from experts has emphasized that when one team experiences internal stress while the other remains composed, the dynamics of the matchup shift fundamentally, with momentum and psychological advantage potentially tipping before the first play is executed. The ongoing speculation, fueled by anonymous reports and partial leaks, continues to dominate conversations among fans and pundits alike, transforming the narrative into a test not just of skill, but of mental resilience. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk Broncos. And don't forget to hit the bell to get all the latest NFL updates. Adding fuel to the rumor fire, reports suggest that some Raiders players may be dealing with last-minute injuries or fitness concerns, though nothing has been officially confirmed, leaving the media and fans to speculate wildly. The uncertainty surrounding availability is said to be causing friction within the locker room, as positional changes could disrupt established chemistry, forcing players into roles they have not rehearsed extensively. Analysts are noting that the timing of these supposed developments is particularly critical, as the window for adaptation is extremely narrow, and the Broncos are likely preparing to exploit any confusion. Social media conversations are now filled with what-if scenarios, predicting potential breakdowns in execution or errors in high-pressure moments, which feeds a feedback loop of anxiety and anticipation. Sources claim that even minor adjustments by the coaching staff are magnified under the current climate, with every change interpreted as a potential harbinger of failure or triumph. The narrative is intensifying, with speculation painting a picture of a Raiders team teetering on the edge of chaos, while the Broncos' calm, methodical preparation positions them as the potential beneficiaries of an extraordinary set of circumstances. Fans and analysts alike are now captivated, treating every leak, report, or rumor as a critical clue in a story that feels almost cinematic in its tension. The psychological angle of the developing saga cannot be overstated, as experts have begun emphasizing that mental readiness may be the decisive factor in this matchup. Rumors suggest that Raiders players are experiencing heightened stress levels, potentially impacting decision-making, timing, and coordination on the field. Meanwhile, the Broncos are reportedly maintaining a focused, measured approach, potentially using the Raiders' instability to guide their own strategy, targeting moments of hesitation or uncertainty. Commentary has highlighted that professional athletes often rely on rhythm and confidence, both of which may be compromised when a team is thrown into last-minute upheaval, and insiders hint that the Raiders' internal dialogue could be as significant as any formal tactical adjustment. Fans are analyzing every pre-game signal, from warm-up drills to sideline behavior, searching for confirmation of the narrative that the Raiders are in panic mode. The rumor has reached a point where speculation itself could influence performance, as players internalize the broader media narrative, adding layers of tension that extend beyond the purely physical aspects of the game. The interplay of rumor, perception, and preparation has created an environment in which every decision, glance, and play could carry outsized significance, shaping the story before the first whistle is blown. Sources indicate that the Raiders may be grappling with communication challenges within the team, as rapid adjustments require precise coordination, and rumors suggest that even experienced players are feeling the strain. Analysts have pointed out that a breakdown in communication during high-pressure moments can cascade into more significant mistakes, creating opportunities for an opponent like the Broncos to exploit. The speculation surrounding these internal dynamics has grown so intense that it has become a major talking point in sports media, with commentators debating how the Raiders' uncertainty could shape the outcome even before any official gameplay occurs. Social media is abuzz with fan theories, dissecting leaked information and trying to predict how coaching decisions might affect key moments, from offensive drives to defensive stops. Observers note that the Broncos' composed approach could amplify the psychological impact on the Raiders, as any hesitation or misstep might reinforce perceptions of panic. Rumors suggest that the coaching staff is attempting damage control, but insiders emphasize that recovery under extreme pressure is always a gamble, and the unfolding narrative has transformed the game into more than just a physical contest. It is now a battle of wits, nerves, and mental fortitude that has captured the imagination of the football world. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, give us a like and share with other Broncos fans. And of course, make sure to subscribe to Broncos News Now to stay on top of all the NFL news and analysis.